What's up, guys? I'm Mike D'Antonio, founder and CEO of StockedUp. Welcome back to the Stocks with Mike and Tom show. We have a very exciting episode for you guys here today. We had the tech sector absolutely explode today, specifically Apple and Facebook. Both of these stocks really took off today. So in this video, we're going to be covering all the top stocks that we're watching in the stock market for tomorrow. We're going to be covering all of the important news from the stock market today. And we're going to be answering all of your guys' questions at the end of the video, as well as going over a $3.5 million options trade for next week. So as always, if you guys are new here, don't forget to subscribe to see our daily videos on your YouTube homepage every single day. But other than that, we'll get right into it. Tom, what major news happened in the stock market today?
Yeah, really, jobs numbers of late are showing progress, but pointing at best to a gradual recovery. I know some jobs numbers came out today, and they were showing kind of good progress, which is good. It's showing decent stuff, but tomorrow they're actually going to have an employment report that's going to come out, and that's going to give more clarity on whether or not businesses are going to be hiring again with the virus going on. And I think that these numbers are going to be a pretty good telltale sign for the market. And as we can see right now, the S&P is almost nearing highs again of 3,000, right around 3,400 pretty much. It looks like we're getting close. We're riding this trend line up. It's been riding this trend line for like the past, what is this, like 6 green candles in a row here, just riding the trend line to the upside. We're almost to the high again. And on the Dow, we can see that we ended up breaking the trend line, and we had 2 solid green days above it, which was nice to see. We could have had some good trades on different Dow ETFs, kind of like SPY, which would be like DJIA, isn't it, Mike?
No, it's let me take a look. It's DIA.
DIA, that's it. DIA. Yeah, you guys could have played DIA. It had a pretty nice pop over the past week. Lows of around 260, hit highs of around 275. So you could have played some nice options on those. But really, the market's looking really good overall. I really like the numbers, and really the White House just keeps pushing a sharp recovery to the upside, even though a lot of the economic data for the large part isn't cooperating with the sharp economic rebound. But other than that, I mean, the markets just continue to go up. I mean, Facebook continues to go up as well. It seems like they're going to be launching Reels, which is going to be a competitor to TikTok.
Yeah, actually, so I went on Instagram the other day, and I know we were talking about this before we started to record, but Facebook added a new feature called Reels. I'm sure a lot of you guys already know that, but it's pretty much going to compete with TikTok. And I think this is a very strategic move on Facebook's part to compete with TikTok. But I think it's a smart move for them overall. And their stock really exploded up off this. This was really, the Reels was really the only major news that happened recently with Facebook. And I know they were talking about Facebook on CNBC. So overall, Facebook had an amazing day. I mean, up almost 7%. They really had an amazing day. Some of the call options on Facebook went up like 3,000 to 5,000%. So that's pretty crazy. But it's kind of weird, like just saying, hey, we're approaching 335 on the SPY again. You know, it's kind of weird to say, but overall, it's a good sign. So yeah, like Tom said, you cannot trade indexes like the S&P 500, the Dow, or the NASDAQ. However, you can trade their ETFs. So like instead of trading the S&P 500, you would look at the SPY. Instead of the NASDAQ, you would look at the QQQ. And then instead of the Dow, you would look at the DIA. These are pretty much the ETFs that follow the underlying indexes. So keep that in mind. So with that being said, what are you thinking of Facebook and Apple and just the rest of these tech stocks for the short-term future, you could say?
Yeah, I mean, I really like them. They've been bouncing off of these SMAs to the upside, and whenever you see the SMA bounces off supports like we're seeing, that's just perfect setups and just nonstop momentum to the upside on the news, which is great. Once it passes above these SMAs on news, that's awesome to see, and Facebook is sitting up at the highs still, and I love to see that as well. Apple's another good one. They flew up as well. I would expect this one to keep going up until they split. They are having dividends come out, so you might be able to expect a small drop tomorrow, but I really wouldn't expect that to hurt Apple at all. I know they're not the biggest dividend stock in the world, so their dividends aren't going to be too big, but at the same time, it's still a good thing to watch for tomorrow. Apple had a great day. Apple would be one that maybe might fall tomorrow, so this would be one that maybe I wouldn't necessarily buy calls, like ride it open unless it broke highs of like 458. But Facebook would be one that I would go after. They're going to be competing with TikTok, which is a huge market right now. Obviously Instagram is already huge, so they're already going to have a huge like a huge base already formed, and then they're just adding reels onto that. So it's just great for them. More people will have more access to making those short like videos, which is what TikTok is for everybody who doesn't know. You can make like little short videos on there, and it's kind of fun. But yeah, I mean, some of them get pretty interesting too. So if you want to look them up, I mean, more power to you, but be warned that they do get pretty interesting sometimes.
You go, it's kind of fun.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but anyways, honestly, in regards to Apple and Facebook, they both had such big green days. I would definitely not bet against them. I definitely would not buy puts on either of these. But in terms of continuing the uptrend, no one can call the top or the bottom on any stock. Take it from Warren Buffett. He had a pretty bad entry on the airline stocks, and he's one of the richest men in the world. So overall, though, I think that they do have more room to go up, but we just have to play it by ear. That doesn't mean they're going to pop tomorrow. I think it's just like you have to kind of eye it out, especially with these tech stocks. When they have that momentum, they really run, but you got to like eye it out. So that's how I feel.
Yeah, I mean, and the QQQs at all-time highs, which is awesome to see. And I mean, really, as long as these tech stocks keep going, I would expect the QQQ to keep going up, as well as the Dow and the S&P, because really tech stocks have just been leading the trend up to the upside, and that's just what's been leading the market. And whenever we see stocks like Apple and Facebook pop like they did today, that's just a great factor, going into tomorrow.
For sure. And so today's Discord member of the day is Whitney. So Whitney has been with StockedUp for a long time now. Tom and I have both talked to her one-on-one. She's an amazing lady and an amazing asset to the StockedUp Discord community. So huge shout out to Whitney for always being in the discussion chat and always just spreading good vibes and good insights. So thank you so much for everything you do for the StockedUp community. Thank you, Whitney. So now for the momentum plays for tomorrow. And the first one is MGM. MGM was up over 10% today, had a huge green day to the upside, obviously, but also had some nice, solid relative volume. So overall, has a ton of momentum. What levels should we be watching?
Just go ahead and watch for it to break 1860.
All right. So if it breaks that, we'll be eyeing it to the upside, meaning buying calls or buying the stock. With the next one, we have TWLO.
Twilio. Wow, right off of that 1000 SMA at the bottom, I would watch for it to go right below that at 252.80.
Yep, and that one is to the downside. With the next play, we have Facebook.
Watch for them to pop above 266.60, which is a scary number, but if they break 266.60, this one could really run tomorrow to the upside. The news on TikTok lately has been crazy, and if I actually believe that if Microsoft or whoever is trying to buy TikTok doesn't acquire them, I think that then the Reels will do even better.
Yeah, I actually agree with that, because let's say TikTok gets banned, or there's regulations set on TikTok, Facebook is going to eat up all of that market share, because all of the people who use TikTok, they're not just going to let all of their followers go to waste. They're going to be like, hey, follow me on Facebook Reels or Instagram Reels, I should say. So yeah, I definitely agree with that. With the next momentum play, we have Apple.
Yep, Apple, watch for them to pop above 457.75.
Absolutely. And then Facebook and Apple to the upside, MGM to the upside, and Twilio to the downside, only if they break the levels we listed. So now with the $3.5 million options trade for next week, and we are eyeing the Microsoft 220 strike calls that expire next week, August 14th. So Microsoft is looking really good, actually. I like this play. It looks like they can definitely be buying these options. I like the setup overall.
Yeah, it's a great setup. I love the gap up right here over the past few days. It's another one of those tech stocks, and they're in the NASDAQ as well. Another reason why the QQQ is hitting all-time highs today. But with the other tech stocks like Apple and Facebook hitting all-time highs, I could honestly really expect Microsoft to hit all-time highs as well. And just like what we were saying with TikTok, I mean, if they do end up acquiring TikTok, I mean, then Facebook's still doing good with Reels, but then Microsoft will, I believe, pop if they get TikTok as well.
True. Yep. So yeah, we'll see. But overall, I like the setup to Microsoft. Obviously, do your own research if you plan on following it. So now for the comments from the previous episode. With the first question, we have Travis saying, first off, awesome video. Got the subscribe button clicked and can't wait to see more. What are your thoughts on cryptocurrencies? With the national coin shortage, do you think there will be another likely event that of 2017 when they skyrocketed up? So I have very mixed feelings with cryptocurrencies. I have a very small position in Bitcoin, but I don't know. Like, I just have very mixed feelings. I don't think I don't know how to describe it. Like, I don't love cryptocurrencies to the point where, I'm gonna invest a lot of money in them, but I don't also think they're like a scam or anything like that. Like, I understand their use, I understand their practicality, but at the same time, I don't think we're gonna shift into a world where we're eventually just gonna only pay with cryptocurrency. So I'm not fully against cryptocurrencies, but I'm not for them either. I have a small amount of money invested into them, but overall, I'm very neutral on cryptocurrencies overall. They're nice momentum trades when they obviously get those explosions up, like back in 2017, like you said, with Bitcoin. So they have their runs, but overall, I feel very neutral with them. What do you think of cryptocurrencies?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like cryptocurrencies, but just like you said, there is like a kind of a risk factor there, as in, people kind of don't, some people don't know like what's really going on with them. Like the general investor probably hasn't researched, the underlyings of how cryptocurrency really works.
Right.
And really, I think that whenever cryptocurrency was at its peak, whenever Bitcoin was at like 25,000, I think that really the mining boom is what made it go up so much. Like everybody was mining Bitcoin, everybody was trying to mine it as much as possible. And I think that if we see a mining boom again with it, then I think that Bitcoin and all the other, not all of them, but obviously a lot of the coins will rise again. But I think that it all comes down to how many people are mining it. And I think that once people start mining it again, maybe it'll come down to, people getting like stimulus checks and getting more graphics cards to be able to mine it. Because if you guys didn't know, you mine cryptocurrencies using programs with graphics cards and stuff like that. And really it can get pretty expensive, but you're mining a little bit of the coin every day. And I think that whenever more people are mining it, that's what's going to boost the price up.
Yeah, so I do not agree with you on this one. I really think just like back in 2017, when Bitcoin especially really did burst up. Like, yes, there were some factors with everyone mining it, but it was also just a straight up, I don't want to say pump and dump, but it was a mania. You know what I mean? Like, it was just, you saw Bitcoin on the news everywhere. You open your phone and all you see is Bitcoin this, Bitcoin that, new highs there. Bitcoin projected to hit 100,000 by the end of the year. Like, it was just a giant, like I said, I don't want to say pump and dump, but it was a mania. Like, it reminded me of that tulip mania. I don't know if you ever heard of that, Tom. Tulip.
Yeah. How the price of tulips back in like the golden age or something
Yeah.
went up to an insane price.
Right. So yeah, exactly. So Bitcoin reminded me of the tulip mania. I can see cryptocurrencies rising in the future, but I'm not gonna sit there every day and watch the price of Bitcoin every day. I think there's definitely potential with cryptocurrencies, but I'm just kind of neutral on them overall. And if we do get another huge catalyst or mania, you could say, then I think that can obviously drive the prices up. But I think we need a solid catalyst before anything like that could happen.
Yeah, and one thing is that with stocks right now, stocks are pretty low. And the thing is that Bitcoin's at 11,000. So for it to hit its highs of let's just say 22,000 to 25,000, it's going to rise, 100%. I mean, there's a lot of stocks that, you could have made 100%, whenever you had the crash of the coronavirus happen. I mean, I know a lot of investors made 100% on a few different stocks.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, there's too many to name. Tesla was over 100%.
Yeah, that's an insane rise. And I mean, the thing is, guys, is that even though the cryptocurrency seems like, it's one of those things that just rises and, nonstop money's being made with it. I mean, really, I mean, it could happen with stocks as well. Like, look at
Yeah.
Tesla here. This is an amazing rise from 200 to 1800. I mean, it didn't go from 200 to 25,000. I mean, but it might over the next, 10 years like Bitcoin did.
Right. Yep, for sure. And then we have Jimmy saying, how do I get your day trade alerts? So you can get our day trade alerts by clicking the first link in the description down below and joining our Discord chat. So I call out free day trades every single day at market open. So we had Apple called out today. I know people made some money on that, which was good, but free day trades every single day at market open if you guys want to follow along. So with the next with the next comment, we have, we have team saying, killing it as always, guys. Good work. So thank you so much for that. With the next comment, we have Kodak saying, hey, Mike and Tom, I was just wondering if Thinkorswim had something similar to a high or low ticker like in E-Trade. Thank you so much for the daily recaps. They are highly appreciated. So thank you so much for that amazing comment. Thinkorswim, unfortunately, does not have a high or low ticker system like E-Trade does. I really think they should add it, but I'm kind of surprised they don't have it added already. But unfortunately, they do not have anything like that.
What does he mean by that?
It's pretty much like on E-Trade, you can open up like a section of E-Trade Pro, and like it literally just shows you a box of all the stocks hitting intraday highs and intraday lows.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's pretty widespread. Like I know a lot of other scanners have it, but for some reason, Thinkorswim does not. So I don't know, but unfortunately, they don't have it right now. But you can write your own custom scanners, and you could kind of like mirror it, but it's weird. So with that being said, Tom, do you have any last minute stocks, options, or any insight for the market tomorrow?
Yeah, I just wanted to kind of go over that Bank of America play from yesterday. I know a lot of people were talking about it today, and really it did exactly what I said would happen. What happened was that I said that whenever the market opened, Bank of America seems like it has a big red candle every day it opened, and then it comes down, hits the trend line, and then that would be a good opportunity to buy calls on the stock, and then it pops right up after that, and then then you could sell off, and then it consolidates down throughout the day, and it's done this about, I would say, a few times in the past few weeks. And really, that's what I noticed happening right here. And the same exact thing happened this morning. We saw a big red candle at open. It came down, touched the support, which was great to see, and then hit intraday highs of 25.67, which was awesome. So, that was just a good play, and that's how I would have played it, guys. I would have actually sold off the calls like right here, up here once it hit the high, because the whole thing was that you were expecting the red candles at open. You wanted to see that red momentum at open and then buy down there once it bounced off the support / the SMA. And then we saw that solid bounce up, and then that's where you would have sold, because the calls, I ended up making about 15% on them, which wasn't too much, but it's a pretty decent little run up here, and it's a very solid setup. And I'm just wanting to highlight it just so everybody knows exactly how I would have played it. But I did also pick up 100 shares of Bank of America for the long term as well. And those I'm holding for the long term. So, I'm not going to be selling out of those, anytime soon, unless, I start hearing that Bank of America is going to fall down to like $3 like they did in 2008.
Right. So I know you definitely had an amazing call with Bank of America earlier this week. You called it spot on. What are you seeing with Bank of America for the next couple of days? Or are you neutral, or do you think there's still more upside potential, or what are you seeing?
Yeah, as of right now, I'm still to the upside on it. It's trading above the 100 SMA. It seems like it's having trouble getting below that. And the good thing is that it kind of didn't fall below, the support right here of like 25.20, which was, right, or 25.30. Like it didn't fall below that price range, which is nice to see as well. But it's one of those things that right now I'll be a little neutral on it unless we see a nice bounce, above the trend line, or unless we see a break of the high above 25.67 tomorrow. Then I'll be more bullish on it again. But really, it kind of went sideways 2 days in a row, and it made for a good day trading opportunity this morning. But then it went sideways for the rest of the day, which it tends to do, because it's Bank of America. It's one of those solid stocks that always does this. A lot of these stocks, they just have that morning volume come in, the big pump, and then they might have like a little pump at the end of the day as well. And that's generally how those I don't want to say slow moving stocks, but like the larger cap stocks move.
Like value stocks?
Yeah, like value stocks.
Yeah. So you're pretty much neutral on Bank of America, but if anything, slightly bullish.
Yeah, slightly bullish, and I wouldn't day trade this tomorrow unless I saw it break above 25.67.
Okay, gotcha. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching this video to the end. Tom and I really appreciate all of the support you guys give to the channel through the form of hitting that like button, subscribing, and commenting down below. It literally takes 2 seconds to hit that like button and leave a little comment for us. Thank you so much who's been supporting the channel. It really means a lot to us, and we recently crossed over 20,000 subscribers. So thank you guys so much for all the support. As always, if you have any questions, let us know in the comments down below. But other than that, thanks for watching.